What's up guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Ace Wolf and welcome to my closet. I'm sure you're wondering who I am and what I know about cameras, and to tell you the truth, absolutely nothing. Let's start with a really short story about a month ago. So I'm just minding my own business, doing my thing, social media, Instagram, internet, whatever. GoPro starts bombarding me with ads for their new camera. This is typical, about once a year, you know. It's not their fault, they do a great job of marketing. I'm getting one of these ads and I'm looking over it in the corner of my room and there's my GoPro 4, you know, and they're on 9, it's like 4 or 9. And I'm like, the thing's got cobwebs on it, and I'm like, you know what, Asa, you deserve a new GoPro. So I started doing research, find out there's an 8, a 9, and a Max. And I'm like, yo, what is this Max all about? Basically, I come to the conclusion that the Max can do everything the 9 can, plus 360 camera. Pretty stoked on it. I take this thing out in the water, right? Come back in, end up with the worst footage I've ever seen out of any GoPro. I've had a ton of GoPros. I'll break this down for you guys. Here's the GoPro Max, right? These screens, right? Pop these cases off, these lenses. They got these screens, right? Both sided, dual sided, super nice camera. But because the lens sticks out more, the screen is more susceptible to scratches. So they give you these with them, but they recommend you use these lenses. Now lenses just pop on, you know, but you can already see what the problem's going to be, and that's you're going to see this lens move. Let me throw up this footage while I'm talking, but basically you can see light reflecting and refracting in the secondary lens. So it's like you got one lens, then you have to use a second lens. And you can see this in my footage. You go to the second problem, right? You get, typically you're shooting in the water, you're going to get water spots, right? You know, everybody deals with that. There's tons of different tricks, like licking the lens a couple different times during the session, or, you know, soap up the lens a little bit. But the problem is these lenses, they aren't what's keeping the camera waterproof. They're just protecting the lens. So water actually gets inside the lens and gets trapped in there. So no matter how much you lick it or wipe it off, you're not getting those water spots or water bubbles off the lens, and what ends up happening is you end up with horrible footage. I'm completely defeated. I go home, go online, do some more research, found out that I should have bought the 8 or the 9. The money I had left at this point, I bought it, a brand new Hero 8. Comes with this, which also helps protect it. Rotation device, that's the first thing. But the way the GoPro 8 sits in there, it actually sits flush with the screen, so it kind of protects the screen a little bit. They actually don't make one of these for the Max. I'm not sure why, but this is the footage I end up with, which is 10 times better than what I ended up with the Max. And I'll put them side by side so you can see the footage compared. And you can see water spots on both cameras, but you're able to lick them and clear them off with the 8 because there's no additional lenses on them. And I know you're thinking at this point, like, okay, so just go back out with the Max and don't use the lenses. The fact that the 8 can do that and the 8 or the 9 are cheaper than the Max is like kind of my whole point. Is like, if you haven't bought one of these yet, you know, you need to ask yourself the question, like, what am I primarily going to be using the camera for? GoPros tend to like be a catch-all camera, which is great. And I made the mistake of doing that, like, oh, I'm going to film everything with this. But the reality is you need to find out what you're going to use it for, why you're using it, you know, what environments it'll be in, and then go from there. And if I had done that, I would have just ended up with the 8, which I would have been stoked on. I'm still stoked I have the Max. That's the point I'm trying to make, is like, they're not bad cameras. It's just like, you should ask yourself the question, which camera you really need and what are you going to be using it for. You can do whatever you want with them, but, you know, if I were to shoot water, and I'm going to shoot water more, I'm going to use a GoPro 8 or a 9. It's really what it's made for. The Max really isn't made for that. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and please consider subscribing to the channel. And thanks, have a blessed day.